Hi everyone, my name is Matthias Wasem. I'm the managing partner of BIM Facility AG here in Zurich, Switzerland. I'm very delighted to talk to you about circular economy and digital twin and the enormous opportunity out of that. As you might know, 78% of the waste produced in Switzerland are coming from construction or real estate business. Worldwide, the number is 50% accordingly to the UN. Having that in your mind, I'm going to the agenda. I will talk about limited resources, why digital twins are an opportunity for those challenges. Example is Madaster, why international standards are key, and then a brief summary. In short, BIM Facility AG here in Switzerland is part of Geoterra Group. We are holding with 300 specialists, mainly surveying engineers, civil engineers, and BIM Facility is the startup of this company with today 11 persons specialized in BIM digital twin, and we are helping our customers to improve asset value and decrease operation costs. Our team consists specialists from the architecture. We have architects, we have engineers, we have facility managers, etc. So our main products, what we have, we scan, measure, and create then BIM models out of the scans. But because we know that it's very, very important that our customers understand the value of a digital twin, we consult them, we help them to define what is the business case for a digital twin, how to create it, and then as well how to manage and maintain it. And that we do and offer as a service. So let me talk about limited resources. I'm always surprised and also a bit sad, I have to say, when I see this slide. You know, our planet is a closed system, and we behave like I showed you on the first slide almost. We produce such a waste, and we just need to be aware that, like I said, our planet is a closed system. We have only these resources what we have. And the challenge is even bigger when we think about the 10 billion society, which we will probably have 2050. And for that, we need to build even more houses, so 3,600 houses more per day than we do today. Today we do already 12,000. So there is a big pressure as well coming to us. And another interesting number, 40% of the carbon emission is as well produced through the construction business, and that gives us even more problem or challenges which we need really now to solve. As I said, our resources are limited editions. We have only them, we have them only once, and we need to take care a lot more than we do now. A very nice quote by Thomas Rau, he's the founder of Madaster, and he said, "We are only guests on this planet." And I like this quote very much because, you know, imagine how long mankind only is on the planet, a very, very short period in comparison to since the world is existing. And with that, I wanted to introduce the concept of circular economy. Maybe for some it's not new, but still it's really important that exactly that we are talking about circles. It's about bringing the resources in a circle and not produce waste anymore, that we will not have waste never again, and just bring the resources and the production in circles and circles, and we can reuse and reuse and reuse it again. And with that, also very, very nice concepts for the business are coming along, and I like that personally as an entrepreneur very much to think about new approaches, new business models for our customers with this circular economy. For example, IKEA is showing that already very, very good. I mean, they are really far. So they say they want to produce 100% of their product with the circular economy approach till 2030, enabling customers to obtain, care for, and pass on products in circular ways and using only renewable and recycled materials. And with that, to create new business models. Maybe you have already seen that you can now rent stuff at IKEA, and that is exactly how it's going to work. So you rent this couch, for example, you have a subscription for several years, and then after 2 years, you bring it back, they take it back to a new product, reuse all the stuff what you give back, and you on the other hand get a new couch from reused materials. As well, Philips, for example, they are also far already. So this vacuum cleaner, what you can see, is also totally produced from reused materials. So they have also the subscription model where you can rent the vacuum cleaner, and same concept like I just explained with IKEA. I think very, very interesting. And in construction, we need to do better with such things. And I like very much the concept what we have here in Zurich, the chance also. So the ETH, the University of Zurich, together with the material checking institution, EMPA, and many industry partners have set up this nest, it's called, this house, where you can try out a lot of different things, how to produce new material, how is working like a concrete, new concepts about energy consumptions, of course, reusing materials. So, for example, here in the middle, you can see where it's yellow, more or less the flat with the kitchen in it. The whole kitchen is coming from reused material. On the floor, you have a carpet, which is out of reused material. You can rent the carpet as well. You have a subscription model. So, and that is really what we need to see urgently, that we go into circular economy with the whole construction and real estate business, because you have seen the numbers I showed in the beginning. And we are proud from BIM Facility AG that we are as well an industry partner of this concept, and we could reproduce the digital twin of this house, so from the existing building. And with this twin, I'm going to show you now what you can do for circular economy, for the circular economy approach. Like I said, I'm going to talk a bit about digital twin as an opportunity in that context. So imagine here is now the digital twin of this nest. And you have certainly sensors, you know, every room, every space, you know what the rooms were meant to be, how they should produce, perform. And that is the interesting about the digital twin, that you suddenly have the chance to really measure the performance. And out of this measurement, because you can really understand how your product is working according to the plan proposed, based on that, finally, you can really reuse, but also produce a better house with less energy, with better efficiency, and also want to talk about material. So if you know the material, what you have in the house, and certainly with the digital twin, you know that, you know how much glass you have where you have which wood, and where you have which door with what kind of wood, etc., etc. So you can do a lot. And I wanted to show you what is the concept of Madaster, which is going in this direction around the material. So Madaster was founded by Thomas Rau, an architect from the Netherlands. So it's coming from the Netherlands, and it's a concept, but also already now a solution. And Madaster wants to give material an identity with the material passport. A very, very strong, interesting concept. Why? Because of course we know our planet is a closed system, we have limited resources, and we don't want to have waste anymore. So imagine if you suddenly register every material, you give them a number, an ID, suddenly you know where it is, and some people can use it, reuse it for some purposes, and you will not have waste anymore. So a very nice concept, and Madaster is a register for the material in real estate, but not only real estate as well, of course, infrastructure assets. The concept is that you will have a database or a cloud cloud-based solution where you will find this registered data every time when you enter in this platform. And then, of course, through that, the circular design is really promoted, because of course suddenly architects, planners have the chance to see what is available, what kind of material which I can reuse, and plan with this material to build a new house. That will of course then reduce the impact on the environment, and you suddenly can control in a different way and reduce cost, because suddenly you don't have to produce all the stuff new, but you can reuse stuff which maybe still is in a good shape. And then what is very, very interesting is how you can then monetize material value, because suddenly you know how much material you have in which asset, and how the value of this material will also go up or down over time, because it's maybe more searched, or maybe it has a long life, etc. So I will talk about that later a bit. And also risk becomes more transparent. So for insurances, for example, would be quite interesting to know where is what built in which kind of houses. So how you come with the data then into this Madaster platform. So suddenly you can go out with some tools and say, here I have a wall, this is concrete, and then I have another wall, and do that with an Excel or with a smartphone or something like that. But the most easiest way to get there is, of course, if the planner is starting with the BIM model. So if you have an architect, you can imagine today, the architect usually is not putting in the design phase the material. So now he would do it, he needs to do it, and he can do different models with different material in it, and show that to the customer, and he can then understand how the value of these different options will go up and down over time, because he has built in certain material. And so with that, that is a very interesting concept, and then it's a big added value also to the location, what you have usually as the most biggest value for real estate asset. What we have done here in this example is also from existing buildings. So BIM facility went out for SBB, Swiss Railways. They have here a depot where they clean all the trains, etc. And we have scanned and then modeled this building, and also put in the material from the existing site. Of course, you cannot see into the wall, but still you can see a lot. Is that brick or is that glass or whatever? And then, based on the norm for construction cost, EBKPH and IFC based, we went then with the IFC directly to the platform. So that is the Madaster platform here, and gives you then, as you can see in left corner down, there is an IFC import, which makes it quite easy for Madaster then to read all the data which are coming from the planners. And you have then already quickly an overview how long the asset probably will live on, or certain materials. And then you see, of course, also quickly how much stone, how much glass, how much wood, how much metal you have in those assets. And what I like the most, of course, and gives a lot of value is then when you see how the material costs will go up or down over time, and that is exactly what I explained before. So we will give an added value to your location, to your asset, because usually, of course, assets they go up or down because of the location. When you're living on a lake or in the center of Zurich, then your asset costs much more. But suddenly, with such a thing, you can also give a new value to your asset, because then you understand how much of which material is built in, and that will have will have a better life cycle, or you can reuse it better, so the value of the asset goes up or down. And that is a super strong concept, I think, really a circular economy concept. And of course, through that, planners, as I explained before, can then take this material like a depot, more or less, and say, here in this asset there in Zurich, they will not use it anymore, so I have material there which I can take out and bring it to the new house which I'm planning, for example. And that's more important if you're thinking about demand for sustainable investments. It's extremely rising. For example, in Switzerland, in 2017, 82% went the investments up. And also very important is to know that if you can show to your client that your buildings are really sustainable, for example, with a label like Minergie Eco or LED, with a LEED certification, according to Swiss Sustainable Finance, you can have 6.5% higher rents, and that shows that that it's absolutely worth it to invest in that direction. And very well said from Ms. Swarovski. She's the chairwoman of Swarovski. She said last year at the WEF, sustainability is not a trend, but the new norm. And of course, you have seen it. If you want to support an initiative like Madaster, data is key and standards are key. So digital twin lives from data and from standards, and you don't want to have such things, what you see right now everywhere, but you want to have a standardized norm to support a smooth transfer from the planners, from the architects into Madaster, for example. And that's why building smart is also so important. And as you have seen, it was done right now with IFC. So I'm coming to the end of my presentation. I would like to say we really must acknowledge that we have only limited resources. We need to change to a circular approach in building and in servicing things. And it's a great chance, and it's fun, really. I like to be part of it, and I think it's not only a challenge, it's really also an opportunity. And a well-structured digital twin can help to reuse and optimize and rebuild. And Madaster, for example, gives a very good chance for circular economy around construction in giving material an identity and value. And Madaster helps to increase asset value and to accelerate business and follows the circular economy concept. With that, I wish you a great further Building Smart Summit, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.